All right, what's good, everybody? Oh, do I feel good tonight? For a lot of different reasons. But first of all, let me welcome you. A lot of new people coming into the show tonight, so welcome into the Early Edge. This is Early Edge Live. We do it every single primetime game, cutting down to Thursday Night Football tonight. It's the 6-4 Patriots taking on the 4-5 Atlanta Falcons. We're going to talk sides. We're going to talk totals. We're going to talk storylines. Also, props. Now, let's smash that like button because we had a big meeting today. I don't know if you guys saw on social media, but the bosses are not happy with me and the jeweler. Well, more so the jeweler. So here's what we're going to do because we've given away so many memberships to SportsLine. We've got to cut it back just a little bit. So tonight, when we get to 400 likes, I need everybody watching just hit the like button one time. We're going to give away an Early Edge pint glass to one very lucky viewer. 700, we'll give away a hoodie that you barely can buy. There's so few right now. And if we get to that elusive 1,000 number, we're going to give away the Coach, that's me, action figure that's been eluding somebody in the chat for some time. All right, also, continue to leave your Twitter handle. Continue to be active because you never know. Maybe I'll slide a membership here or there if I feel like somebody's really, really earned it. All right, it's that time of the show. Let's bring in the stars. You know the names. You know the faces. First of all, live from Nashville, Tennessee. We call him AB. You call him dial-up. Whatever he's called, Alan Bell, welcome back to the Early Edge.
Hey, you know what? It's good to be here, and I'll tell you what. It's going to be called by anything. I'll take that at this point. So you know what? Just happy to be here. Let's go.
I got to be honest with you. I've been more than a little perturbed at all the love you're getting on social media when you decided to interrupt the show the other day and bogart it yourself. More than a little bit perturbed.
Yeah, you know what? We never want to take away from the real star of the show, but I will say it's nice to be liked.
Well, clearly you're talking about Alex because he is the star of the show from parts unknown. And it is raining, like literally cats and dogs where he is. What's up, Alex?
What's up, Coach? What's up, AB? It's great to see you guys. I missed you guys last Monday, but I'm back. I'm worked up. The cats are worked up because it is storming here. So, yeah, I'm ready to go. This is an interesting game. Lots of interesting storylines and subplots. I'm ready to chop it up with you guys.
Your cats have become very, very popular here on the show. So it begs the question. We know Chief goes bananas when he likes a pick. What do your cats do?
They fight with each other.
That's kind of like how we do it, too. How we do it on the show. We just fight with each other.
They have their own showdowns.
The cats in the SportsLine showdown. By the way, Kelsey, who runs the chat for us, did you see? Can we bring up her long text there, Jeweler? Because this is what I'm talking about. When you want to know how much you're dedicated to the show, our girl Kelsey is unbelievably dedicated. Where is her text? She said she's laying around in her Early Edge sweatpants, her Early Edge pint glass, her Early Edge t-shirt. She's got it all. She goes, I am that extra, but you're our extra. There it is right there, waiting for the Early Edge. You think I'm kidding? She's not. She's not. That's our girl right there running the chat. Do what she says. Let's pound that like button. Let's get into the game tonight because there's so much interest in this game. And AB, I'm going to start with you because the Patriots have been arguably the best AFC team the last several weeks. They beat the Browns 45-7 last week. How impressed are you with what the Patriots are doing with a rookie quarterback in Mac Jones?
Oh, I mean, you just have to be impressed because they're doing it on both sides of the ball. Like, they are legitimately exactly what Bill Belichick wants his team to be. They are completely balanced, right? They are on offense, they're putting up points. On defense, they're not letting you score points. And you look over the last 4 games, they're tied first in the NFL with most rushing touchdowns with 8. All right. They've had 144 straight carries without a fumble. They've outscored their opponents 150-50. Okay. Wow. And they're averaging 37.5 points per game in that span of 4 games. Like, this is, you couldn't ask for a better, output from the Patriots than what they're getting right now.
Can you imagine if the Bucs and the Patriots make it to the Super Bowl this year? Can you imagine that?
It'd be unbelievable.
It'd be the highest rated Super Bowl of all time. I don't think it'd be close. Alex, let me come to you because courtesy of Dial-Up, he sent some amazing stats over because we found out just a short while ago that Cordarrelle Patterson, who is unbelievably important to this. All right, now take this. How important is Cordarrelle Patterson? And I'll be right back.
Cordarrelle Patterson is incredibly vital to this Falcons offense. He has been the MVP of the Falcons offense. He is their best receiver. He's their best running back. He is the engine that makes the Falcons go. He is a tremendous loss tonight. He has been ruled inactive in tonight's game. It would not surprise me or shock me whatsoever to see this Falcons offense crater without him. We've seen them still be able to put up points without Calvin Ridley. But yeah, I think the loss of Patterson is going to have a devastating effect on this Falcons offense that has already been lacking playmakers and struggling to move the ball as it was with him in the lineup. So I think this is a just gigantic blow to this offense. Would not surprise me whatsoever to see this Falcons team just completely tailspin tonight.
43-3. I don't know how you tailspin more than that. But speaking of tailspinning, you know what would have happened if I wouldn't have got to my front door right then? My butt would have been in a tailspin tonight because my beautiful better half decided to order a pair of shoes, high-dollar shoes, that you have to sign for them. Sweetheart, can you sign them? Be there between 4 and 5 today. I've got a show live on the air. Doesn't matter to her. Go ahead, Alex.
I just wanted to point out one more thing, Coach. The Falcons, prior to last week's shellacking versus the Cowboys, had been playing much better football. They had won 3 or 4 games. The one loss was to the Panthers, which they were competitive in. So, despite this one loss, this team actually had something to be looking forward to or to be proud of or hopeful of. But, I think this Patterson loss is just going to be gigantic.
I thought your boy, I thought you were about to break down shoes. I thought you had
I did
breakdown on shoes. Yeah.
Far be it for Alex to worry about my physical well-being. He's worried about the extra nugget on the Falcons tonight. Oh, my God. You are too much. I tell you what, I love you so much. You're too much. I need to be – Coach never does anything I ask him to do. How about the bosses in the chat? Always throwing shade at me. I know where my bread is buttered, and it's in this house right now. All right. Oh, damn. You guys, these shoes have been driving me bananas for 3 days. I've missed the UPS guy 3 days in a row. All right, so I had to do that. I apologize. All right, so now as we look at the Falcons side of things, though, because technically, AB, they are not out of the playoff race at 4 and 5 because so many teams have been average this year. If they go on a little bit of a run, now that we're playing 17 games, they could make it too.
Yeah, I mean, they could, right? Like, you can't count them out at all, and especially in this NFL season. I mean, it's just been craziness. Like, it's been madness. Like, every time you think that you have, like, a feel on what's going on, it's just 52-card pickup. Like, good luck, man. Like, try to figure it out. So, yeah, man, like, they're not out of it, but this game is absolutely important tonight, and I think that what Prop Stars was getting at in terms of their offense, having just such a horrid, performance last week. I'm interested in what happens if that is 2 weeks in a row, right? Like, what if this becomes the trend and they just tailspin out? So I think this is an important game for them tonight. Absolutely.
Well, I agree with you. And I think last week, the way they lost, you can always look at the way teams lose, and it was just bad play after bad play after bad play after bad play. They scored 35 points. The Cowboys did. I didn't even watch the game. I just looked at my phone, and it was like touchdown, 2 minutes later, touchdown. How you lose sometimes, Alex, am I right, can contribute to not only how you play, but also when you talk about props, which is an important part of this show, that can affect how an individual plays. No?
Yeah, absolutely, Coach. If looking at this Panthers team without Cordero Patterson, who, again, he's inactive tonight, it is hard to have any confidence in any of these playmakers. They're completely miscast in their roles. Looking at Russell Gage, he's probably serving as their number 1 receiver coming into this season. He was maybe 4th or 5th on the depth chart for targets. No Calvin Ridley, obviously, who's their best receiver as well. They've been unable to run the ball, and that was with Cordell Patterson, Mike Davis. We saw a lot of Wayne Gallman last week, who was actually their most productive player on offense for the Cowboys. It's a name you did not expect to even see on a roster this season. I expect Wayne Gallman to probably get the lion's share of the touches for the Falcons tonight. But as far as props are concerned for this Atlanta team, it is difficult to trust any offensive players, despite the fact that these numbers are all very low. They do on the surface to the naked eye appear intriguing, but yeah, this offense is going to really struggle moving the ball versus a very, very good New England secondary who ranks first in passing DVOA and has been lights out shutting down opposing pass games this season.
AB.
Yeah. So going off of what your prop stars were just talking about in terms of Cordarrelle Patterson, this is how important that he is to the Atlanta Falcons offense this year. He leads the team in yards from scrimmage, rushing yards, and scrimmage TDs. Okay. And we talked last week with the Patriots. We were all over the Patriots -6 last week against Cleveland because Bill Belichick has made his career that when you enter a game against him one-dimensional, he makes you zero-dimensional. And not only that, okay, so take away the run game. Let me also break down this. The Patriots are the third best team in the NFL this year. The best team in the NFL this year at allowing the fewest receptions to tight ends this season and the third fewest yardage to tight ends this season, which that's Kyle Pitts. There's a game script where I literally don't know how the Atlanta Falcons move the ball. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but that possibility is there.
That is an absolutely fantastic point by AB. The Patriots, both raw numbers, and if you look at their advanced stats and metrics, they are the number one defense at stopping opposing tight ends. Kyle Pitts is the only viable receiving option on this Falcons team. Everyone else is a backup or miscast in the role that they are given. Would not surprise me whatsoever for Bill Belichick to take Pitts out of the game, make him the focal point of New England's defensive game plan. I would not be surprised whatsoever to see J.C. Jackson, who is the top corner on New England, shadow coverage Kyle Pitts tonight. And if that happens, that is bad news for this Falcons team, and that is bad news if you have any Kyle Pitts over. So I am avoiding him like the plague. I personally like his under. I would advise against any Falcons plays right now, personally, just not knowing what this offense is going to look like. But yeah, if there were one way I'd be leaning under, and I'd be leaning under towards Pitts because of how good this New England secondary is and because how good they are at stopping tight ends.
I am so lucky that I get to be a part of this show and listen to this amazing information and realize it's the best anywhere. I mean, it's amazing all the nuggets that you guys give. But I will say this, at times I feel like I'm a little bit disrespected on the show. And my man Austin in the chat completely respects me. Throw that up there, Jeweler. He says, I bet Coach's wife is a babe. Coach is a stud.
You know Coach's wife is a babe because Coach is a stud, Austin. So that's your bottom dollar.
She is. But I like the respect. All kidding aside, I like the respect. All right, so we have crossed the bottom of the hour. And by the way, all those props that Prop Stars is talking about, we'll hit as many as you can. Put them in the chat. Don't forget to put in your Twitter handle as well. It helps with building the show. We'll get to as many as we can in about 10 minutes. And you can throw anything at my guys, and they'll have an answer for you. Now, it's that time for we give out our official picks on the show. And everybody knows how much the Maestro hates not being a part of the show. But I always say this. I like to take care of my guys. I like them to have a personal life. I like them to have something in their life that they have outside of the show, outside of sports betting, outside of SportsLine. And for the Maestro, it's pickup basketball. But I said, hey, I need a pick for the game tonight. We have nobody on the side of the game. So what did the Maestro do? Well, I'll let you watch it for yourself.
All right, that's a good omen. I'm laying the points with the Patriots tonight. Terrible spot with the Titans and the Bills on deck. But as we know, the Falcons cannot stop the run. 31st in rush defense. I think the Patriots, with Trent Brown back on the O-line, they're as healthy as they've been all season. They're going to run all over them. No Patterson for the Falcons. I'm laying the points. Go Pats and go Team Shaw in the championship game.
That deserves one of these right here. That is next level taking care of business. AB, the Maestro making jump shots in preparation for a championship game and still sending a lock.
Dude, that's why he's the Maestro, right? Like, that's why he's the man. And you know what? He did that on one take, too. He didn't need 10 takes to drill that shot. Like, my man did that on the first one, knocked it down, put in the pick. He's the maestro.
Alex?
I actually have access to that video, the extended version. It was 30 seconds before we saw it, and he did a windmill dunk from the foul line, actually. And he was hanging on the rim, just screaming at everybody, and then he gave that pick out. So, yeah, how can you fade this guy? He's just an absolutely athletic marvel.
No, I now need to know more about – yeah, I need to know more about his game. Like, is he a three-shooter? Is he like a power wing? Like, he's just – dude,
whoa, AB. Did you see his arms? Do you think he's a power wing? Really? Do you think he's a power wing?
3-and-D specialist.
Yeah, he looked like Timmy D to me, baby.
Oh, my God. That's why he runs our brand. That's why he's a legend. Oh, my God.
He clamps, Coach. You do not want him knocking you down.
Oh, no. Number 0's on me tonight. Oh, damn. That is so good. That is so good. All right, I got to compose myself. All right, AB, do you have any official plays for the show tonight?
Well, I do, but there's no way in the world to top that, right? So I appreciate no, I got 2 of them. All right, we're gonna go with we're gonna go Patriots-Falcons under 47. Look, I understand the Patriots offense. What we talked about, they've been scoring 36.7 over their last 4, but this is the perfect game for Bill Belichick. We talked about he wants to take your 1 dimension and make it 0 dimension, and he would much rather win a 27-10 game than have to go in a shootout. And like we talked about, they have been running the football like crazy, okay? And that is not going to stop tonight at all against that porous Falcons defense. Plus, Atlanta's hit the under in 10 straight primetime games. And you look at the Patriots, they're only 2-8 straight up in their last 10 primetime games. So I think we have a little bit more of a tight game in terms of just low scoring than what some might think. I'm also going to take Patriots kicker Nick Folk. That's right. I'm going with a kicker tonight.
Let's go.
So go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Send your condolences to Nick Folk. And I wanted to go with both kickers, but the juice on Koo was too much. We're going to go Nick Folk over 1.5 field goals. He's averaging 2.2 field goals per game. He's averaging 3.5 in road games this year, and he's made 2+ in 60% of their games this season. They'll kick field goals when they're up. They'll kick field goals when they're down because they trust Nick Folk. So give me those 2.
Can you give me real quick the first one again? I was laughing so hard I didn't get a chance to write it down. So I'm sure other people were the same way. Real quick.
Under 47.
Under 47. Thank you very much. Oh, damn. This is just too good. Too much fun tonight. All right. Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, from one legend, the maestro, not AB, to another legend, please welcome live from Nashville, Tennessee, M². You just missed possibly, Mikey, the greatest moment in the history of the early edge. Did you see it?
I saw it.
What did you think?
Oh, well, let's see. We're talking about Larry's shot, right?
Well, we're talking about the whole thing. The whole thing.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. No, it was excellent. The dunk was even better, though, as Alex said.
I wish we had time to show the whole video. We just don't. It's a very time-sensitive show. We only have so much time. All right, so, Mike, you came in at a perfect time because we're giving out our official best bets for the show tonight. I'm going to let you kind of settle in. I'm going to let Alex go, and then I'll come to you if that's cool with you, okay? Perfect. So, Alex, what do you have tonight for us? I know it's not going to be any Falcons props. I know that. What do you got?
Unfortunately, I don't have any official picks. I will discuss why, though. I have a couple of leans that I like. So the first one I do like is I like fading Kyle Pitts tonight without Cordell Patterson. With him inactive tonight, though, I like it a little bit less because I do think he's going to receive an uptick in volume. I was actually hoping that Patterson would be active tonight. However, we know that he's not, so that is backing me off of Kyle Pitts. I still would lean under on his receiving props for reasons I laid out previously. Point being, the Patriots are very adept at taking away what the opposing team's best thing or best skill or best feature of their offense is. coupled with the fact that the Patriots have the #1 defense, DVOA, versus opposing tight ends. They absolutely clamp, like my man Maestro does, the best opposing wing player. They clamp tight ends like the Maestro. So yeah, I like fading Pitts tonight. On the other side, the other play I was hoping to make was Hunter Henry's over receiving yards. However, Jonnu Smith is active tonight. He was questionable coming into the game. I was going to make this a play had Jonnu Smith been inactive, but he is going to play, and he's probably going to eat into Hunter Henry's involvement and snap share a little bit tonight. So I do like Hunter Henry. He does have a good matchup. We've seen him be extremely efficient, especially recently, especially with Jonnu Smith off the field. The guy is an excellent tight end, and when he's featured in the offense, he's very productive. But yeah, with Jonnu Smith on the field, there are a lot of mouths to feed on this New England offense. I do expect New England to run the ball a lot with Damien Harris and Ramondre Stevenson. So yeah, I don't know how much Mac Jones is going to have to pass to beat this Falcons team. That's why I'm not making Hunter Henry an official play.
We have so many smart people in the chat. They're understanding that just because you don't have an official play, all that information you just gave will absolutely help everybody's plays at home, which is the whole point. So thank you, Alex. Now, Mikey, so great having you here. By the way, we have almost 700 people watching live right now, only 279 likes. Let's take care of business, please. Come on. I want to give stuff away, but we got to earn it. All right, Mikey, what do you got for us tonight?
Yeah, just one official play for now, and that's going to be the first quarter under 9.5. Played it at plus 102 on FanDuel this morning. We'll play it all the way. I played it minus 110 for sure still. They're not really going to move this line. Their first quarter lines just in this spot don't go lower than 9.5 here. But I think both teams are going to struggle initially, especially the Falcons. I think the Falcons are really going to struggle offensively to move the football. In terms of the Patriots, it is a short week. It is a road game. I do think that they're going to want to control the football. They're going to want to run the football with Damien Harris back, Ramondre Stevenson in there. Look for just a controlled game, a little slower game. Hopefully an efficient first drive, get a 3-and-out will help this cause drastically. But I like the under here. They play with a little bit of a slower pace. The Patriots, in terms of scoring on the road, about 2 points per game less in the first quarter away from home. Now you got the short weekend here. Got some pieces coming back with Harris, with Jonnu Smith. Hopefully the timing's off just enough early in this game to give us this under here.
All right, very good. Now, you mentioned Damien Harris, and that's where we're going to start with our prop questions. And, Alex, I'll come to you. Two people in the chat. Over 15.5 attempts and over 56.5 rushing yards for Damien Harris. I'll look up the juice as you answer whether or not you even like those numbers.
So, yeah, I do not like the 15.5 attempts. The reason being we've seen the emergence of Ramondre Stevenson. He is a very dynamic, explosive option in the backfield. Damien Harris wasn't active last week, and we saw Stevenson have an exceptional game. He had over 100 total yards. Prior to that, he was getting involved in this offensive game plan for New England more and more on a weekly basis. So it would not surprise me whatsoever to see these guys in an even split carry. Furthermore, Damien Harris is coming off of a concussion. He's had some durability concerns throughout his career. So yeah, I do like Ramondre Stevenson actually quite a bit tonight, more than Damien Harris because of the fact that Damien Harris's numbers are higher than Ramondre Stevenson. So I do not like Damien Harris's over in attempts, but I do like the rushing yards a bit. I would lean over on that prop before I would the rushing attempts. So yeah, yes to the rushing yards, no to the rushing attempts.
And I think the books are following your logic because it just dropped 4 yards to 52.5 at minus 123. And you just described why. So you're getting more value if you decide to play this rushing total. You're getting 4 extra yards from just a couple of minutes ago. All right, let me come to you, AB, for the next one. In the chat, question, Mac Jones throwing for 2 or more touchdowns, plus 130 tonight. He's been pretty good, efficient. Do we like him to throw for 2 scores?
So, okay, this one's tough because New England's going to run the ball a lot. They absolutely are. And the more that they get up, the more that your risk is going to go of him throwing touchdowns. However, I will say, in this 4-game stretch for New England that we've been talking about. He has 6 touchdown passes to 1 interception. So 6 isn't a massive number in terms of 4 games. So this is a very sharp, efficient number of where you're at. What I will say is that you look at Mac Jones, okay, and we talked last week what Mac Jones would do against Cleveland's defense. Tear it up, and he absolutely did. So there's not much in terms of how Atlanta is going to go about their defense. What it is that Atlanta does not get any pressure whatsoever on quarterbacks, one of the worst teams in the NFL. So Mac Jones' completion percentage is going to be high tonight. You're going to be looking at 73, 75, 76%. So I don't advise taking it, but if you do, you need them quick. You need them in the first half. Because once we get past halftime, buddy, your risk is going through the roof.
Yeah, he threw for 83% last week. Alex, what do you got?
Yeah, I think AB summed that up perfectly. Another thing I just wanted to piggyback on what he said, the Patriots run the ball in the red zone a ton. I don't have the statistics in front of me, but as much as almost any other team in football, when they get within 10 to 15 yards, they are running the ball a lot. So, yeah, you just don't get the amount of attempts that you would want from Mac Jones in the red zone, coupled with the fact that they are significant favorites over this Falcons team who can stop nobody. So it would make a lot of sense for the Patriots to rely on their running game, which they do even in neutral matchups. So yeah, this is a plus matchup for them. So it would not surprise me whatsoever to see a massive heavy dose of running from this New England team, especially once they get into the red zone.
All right, very good. Mikey, let me come to you. A lot of people in the chat are asking about Kendrick Bourne. His number is down to 34.5 receiving yards, but it's juiced to 153. Your thoughts?
Yeah, so I think it's okay to lean over here. I think that we have to caution what we're going to caution about for the entire stream is they want to run the football. The backs are healthy. They want to run the football. It's going to have to happen early in this game, or it's likely not going to happen at all. They want to run the football. They got both tight ends active. They got both tight ends healthy. That's why the number seems low, and that's why you want to go over it. But they're going to rely on the defense, and they're going to run the football. So I do lean to the over. He very clearly has that upside. I haven't played it. I just think it's incredibly fragile if it doesn't happen with 70 to 80% of it before halftime.
Okay. Very good. Let me come back to you, Prop Stars, because you already hit on Kyle Pitts, but I want to give you the specific numbers so that we can either play it or don't play it, because they just moved. So Kyle Pitts is over 62.5, juiced to -110. The under is juiced to -120. And then his reception total, I think this is important, just went from 4 to 4.5. Does that change your thoughts on playing the under even more?
No, because I do anticipate Kyle Pitts being receiving a large target share. I question how efficient he's going to be with those targets. So it would not surprise me whatsoever to see him finish with 10 to 12 targets and finish with a receiving line of like 5 to 6 catches for something like 30. Just got that glimpse of Larry post dunk there. I just had to chuckle for a second. But yeah, would not.
It gets you.
It would not surprise me to see Pitts finish with an inefficient receiving line, something like 5 to 6 catches for sub 40 yards. What I am looking at for Pitts is his yards. This line actually opened at 69.5. It has come all the way down to, at one point it was 59. I think the Patterson news did bump it up a little bit. So yeah, I'm absolutely looking under on this number. I do think New England is going to make him the focal point of their defensive game plan. Very likely stick J.C. Jackson on him, take him out of the game plan, make Matt Ryan, force him to find these other guys that are completely miscast to beat the Patriots, which I don't think they'll be able to do effectively. So yeah, I would lean over on his receptions, under on the yardage, even though that does seem a little bit counterintuitive on the surface. It
makes a lot of sense. So we play under 62.5. I'm going to put that in right now. We do it live here on the show. That's the way we do it. All right. Great stuff there. AB, let me come to you. I love when you weigh in on these touchdown props and these quarterbacks because you're the guy. Matt Ryan, his is down to over 1.5. I don't have the juice yet. I'm going to look at it right now. But the way their offense has been playing last week, but then before. So what do we make of it tonight? Over 1.5.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I mean, if the game, it depends on what the juice is. Here we got over 1.5 plus 110.
143.
Yeah.
Oh, plus 110.
Yeah. So
okay, great.
Yeah, so, if the game script goes like we think that it's going to, you're going to have this open the entire game, right? Like Mac Jones's could be done by the middle of the third quarter, could be, but Matt Ryan's will be open the entire night. Whether he gets there, he'll get one. Like, he'll get one. It just depends on how brutal this offense really is. You know what? At plus 110, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It might take garbage time, but I don't hate it there.
Okay. I just got to get something out of the way because I am sick and tired of everybody in the stream. I want to see AB do educate and entertain live on the show. Can you please just do it one time so people stop asking me if you'll do it live on the show? Please.
Educate, entertain. Educate, entertain.
Oh, my God. The only thing I hated about that is that you said straight to the pay window twice.
Yeah.
That's when it went down for me.
Yeah, and that's the tough part is that, when you try to emulate your heroes in life, like you can't do it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just hard.
Yeah. The Rock used to say the same thing to me. So he used to say the same thing to me. Still does to this day. All right, let me come to you, Mikey, because Hunter Henry has been a topic tonight. I have just a gut feeling he'll be a part of the Van Jefferson picks a little bit later. His reception prop is at 3.5 plus 117. What do we think about that?
I don't like it, honestly. Same story. They're going to run the football. Jonnu Smith is back. If you look, like, we're all obsessed with Hunter Henry, and it's only because of the red zone efficiency relative to Jonnu Smith. Everything else, they're essentially equals. He's just had all the touchdown variants in his favor. So while it's attractive to see that number, just keep in mind that he's back. Damien Harris is back. Massive favorites here. Just the game script doesn't support it. In fact, I would be more likely to attack his yards total than his reception total, just because the yards, I think he can still get there.
33 and a half. 33 and a half. 33 and a half.
Yes.
minus 123. Sorry.
33.9 is where I have it. So it's definitely a no play for me, but that's way closer than the receptions, as the median reception is under 3. It's 2.9. I would actually be inclined to take the under 3.5 receptions.
Under 3.5 receptions. Alex, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to back up what Mike said. I think he said it really well, but I also just wanted to point out that Hunter Henry has been exceptional this season. He has been very efficient, but he is doing so on a very low target share. I think he has caught something like 90% of his targets, some extremely high number leading all tight ends. He is not getting the sort of volume that you want to see playing his overs. He has also failed to hit a lot of these numbers without Jonnu Smith in the lineup serving as the primary tight end. So yeah, he has been exceptional in the red zone, like Mike mentioned, but he is doing this on a very, very low, minuscule target share. Now we have Jonnu Smith back tonight, who is active, who is going to take some reps from Hunter Henry, who's going to be on the field. There are a lot of mouths to feed on this New England offense. There's a lot of competent pass catchers with Kendrick Bourne. We haven't mentioned Jacoby Myers, who leads the team in targets. They like to throw to Brandon Bolden, their running back. They have Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry. There are a lot of options on this Patriot offense going against a Falcons team that they are heavily favored against, who they're going to run the ball a lot against. So I just do not know how many passing attempts we're going to see from Mac Jones, which is just going to result in a very low number of targets for Hunter Henry. So look at Henry last week. Without Jonnu Smith, he only had 4 targets. He turned that into 4 catches. 2 of those were touchdowns. Incredible efficiency. But that is not the volume you are looking for when you're trying to play his overs. And yeah, I just do not see it happening tonight versus the Falcons defense that they're going to run on all night.
Real quick, both of you mentioned the name Jonnu Smith. His total is over 16.5 receiving yards, minus 110. That from Cody. Talk to me, Alex.
Yeah, so it is a low number. It is enticing. I'm assuming Jonnu Smith is going to be functioning at 100%. Do we know that for a fact? No, so I am going to lay off of it. Furthermore, Henry does seem to be the preferred option between the 2 tight ends. So, yeah, I would lean over. I actually probably like it a little bit more than Henry because it is discounted. But, yeah, I still just don't know. It's hard for me to trust any New England pass catcher. I have way more faith in their running game, in both of their running backs tonight than I do any of the pass catchers, even at enticing numbers that low.
AB?
Yeah, one thing really quick, and I don't know how much this will come into play for tonight, but understand that the Atlanta Falcons head coach, Arthur Smith, and the Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator, Dean Pease, were both on the Titans when Jonnu Smith was there. If they know any player on that roster, it's Jonnu Smith. Again, I'm not saying don't take him, not saying that at all. I'm just saying they know him better than anyone else on the field.
It just feels like Alex, go ahead.
Just one last thing I wanted to point out. The Falcons don't do anything well on defense. One thing they actually are somewhat competent at is defending tight ends. They have a very good coverage linebacker in Deion Jones. He's considered one of the best coverage linebackers in the NFL. He is going to be matching up tonight with Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith. I agree with AB. The Falcons actually have been middle of the pack at slowing down tight ends. So, yeah, I just do not see this as the offense. Josh McDaniels looking at ways to attack Atlanta's defense as this being the focal point. There are just way more soft aspects to this Atlanta defense that are beatable, that already happen to be strengths of New England's offense that I think they're going to attack.
Okay, very, very good. By the way, in the chat, Jose says, how old is AB? Well, he's 82 years old, as a matter of fact. Hey, he's great for his age. Now, I'm gonna call an audible. Alex, you said, no, come here, sweetie. Come here. So guess who just got home? Guess who just walked in? Everybody wants to know what my better half looks like, right? Come here, sweetheart. Come here. Here she is right here. I was telling them all about your shoes. Go ahead. There she is. There. Wave to all the good people at home.
Yeah.
Lean down so they can see all of you. Into the you got to lean down, sweetie. There you go. No, you don't. You look great, but your shoes are right there. There are her shoes. We had to stop the show to get your shoes.
Oh, thank you guys so much.
There we go.
There you go. There's the better half. Thank you, sweetheart. Love you. Hey, yeah, okay.
Bye,
All right. So there you go.
Mrs. Coach, I love it.
Thank God those shoes came in today. I'm telling you that much right now. All right. So how about that? All right. So after everything you guys have said, coming up in 2 minutes, we've got the all-important donkey parlay coming at you from Mikey. But, AB, I got to come back to you because everything we talked about, defense, quarterbacks, I feel like the under for Mac Jones and his passing yard total would be right in line. It's over 250. Last week when they scored 45, he only threw for $190. What are our thoughts on that?
Yeah, so the hard part is this. Like, all of that makes sense, and I'm not disagreeing at all. The difficult part is that if they go off in the first, second quarter and in, beginning the third, there's a chance that he gets there because the Falcons can give up big plays very, very quickly. And when you have a quarterback that is going to be completing passes at the percentage rate that Mac Jones will tonight, it could get bad. Like, you could have hit after hit after hit of big plays. So I don't lean one way or the other. I would be careful with it, though. He could get to that number. It's not a massive number for him.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, I think AB summed that up very well. I want to further say that the Falcons' secondary is absolutely atrocious, too. So you are banking on a terrible secondary to potentially slow down or thwart Mac Jones a little bit, which is just not going to happen. The way that this under comes in is the Patriots just running on them, amassing a big lead, and then just kind of abandoning the pass as they nurse that lead deep into the second half. Mac Jones is entirely capable of shredding this Falcons secondary.
Okay.
If for whatever reason the Falcons can put up some points or just New England decides to attack them through the air. So yeah, I do not like the under solely because of it just is contingent on a specific game plan. This Falcons defense will put up zero resistance if Mac Jones does decide to throw the ball a lot. So I would agree with AB completely.
Then I am staying away. I literally have the bet put in. I just didn't hit send yet. Yeah, I'm going to unsend that. Go ahead.
And let me say this to add on to it really quickly. You're looking at the Patriots, the fourth best team in the NFL in terms of third downs on offense of converting them. And you're looking at the third worst team in the NFL at stopping third downs in the Falcons. So watch that tonight. Third down is an absolutely key down. If the Patriots are converting, it's going to be tough.
Yeah. So extra plays mean extra yards, which means we could go over there. It all makes sense. Sense. Thank you guys for educating us on that. Cody says, woohoo, coach, overshooting. Don't you think I know that already? I live with her every single day. I know that I'm overshooting. All right. We have crossed the top of the hour. Uh-oh, the bosses are texting me. I think I just got in trouble. Oh, no. Okay, so here's the deal. This is from the bosses. We are not going to give out our Van Jefferson first touchdown picks until we get to 500 likes. And right now, we're sitting at 391. So I need 109 in the next 3 to 5 minutes, or we're just not going to do it tonight. All right? So during those 3 to 5 minutes, this is one of the most popular segments we do on any show that we have. It's just a fun bet. You get to put several things together, and if they all hit, it's a tasty return. Mikey, the floor is yours.
All right, Coach. Thank you, Jeweler, for putting it up on the screen, making life easier. The donkey parlay tonight. We are going with the Patriots money line, the under 57.5. Damien Harris over 39.5 rushing yards. Ramondre Stevenson over 34.5 rushing yards. I'm expecting a timeshare big time tonight. New England Patriots to win the first half, so they just have to be ahead by 1 point at halftime. Kendrick Bourne over 19.5 receiving yards, and Russell Gage over 29.5 receiving yards. Put them together, plus 575.
God, this is my favorite thing to do. I honestly don't even care when because we try to tell you all at home, and I know there's a lot of new people coming in, especially right now at the top of the hour. Not every pick has to be serious. I got to win, and it's going to be life or death. This is supposed to be fun. And that's what we try to do, and that's what the Donkey Parlay is truly all about. Several people that just came in are wondering where the best bets are at. We will get to those right now because we got to wait to do the Van Jefferson. So we're going to quickly go back through, because we did them about 30 minutes ago, our official best bets for the game tonight for all the new people that came in. Alex, I know you don't have any, but AB, you do. What do you have?
Yep, we got 2 plays tonight. We're going to go with the under 47. Again, we understand that the Patriots have been scoring 36.7 points per game over the last 4. However, I think that they come back a little bit to normalcy. And you look at the Atlanta Falcons, they have hit the under in 10 straight primetime games. And without Cordarrelle Patterson, I think it is going to severely limit their offense. I think the Patriots run the ball, run the clock. Let's go under 47. We're also going to go Patriots kicker Nick Folk over 1.5 field goals. He's averaging 2.2 field goals per game this season, 3.5 in road games this year, and he's made 2+ in 60% of his games this year.
And he will be cut on Friday morning after he misses 3 tonight. By the way, in the chat, Mike says, give her the marching orders, Coach. Clearly you're not married or even have a better half. Hell to the no, I'm not giving her the marching orders. All right, Mikey, I know you have one that if we hit it, we could give out something live on social media as soon as we hit the play. I love that idea. What do you got for us?
Yeah, I'm taking the under 9.5 of the first quarter here. Again, short rest, travel spot for the Patriots. Adding 2 to 3 players back into the mix, sometimes that throws some chemistry off, especially when you're on the road in an environment like this. So I like that part. And then Cordarrelle Patterson being out for the Falcons definitely hurts their offensive efficiency. Both teams are going to want to protect the football early, keep that clock running. So we're taking the under 9.5 in the first quarter.
All right, and I forgot to give it out earlier, Mad Max and the Thunderdome, who, by the way, has already hit 2 college basketball plays today. He's on Zacchaeus over 32.5 receiving yards, -110. So either Mad Max is not watching the show or he has a really good feeling about this prop because he wouldn't be giving it out if he was watching the show. But I tell my cappers all the time, this is your job. My job is just to navigate. We're never going to tell you what to pick. So we're going to put that in as a best bet on the show because Mad Max is on fire. You know what I would like to do, too, because a lot of people were late coming in because we still don't have 500 likes again. Jeweler, could you – I don't want to give out the Maestro's pick. I want the Maestro to give out the Maestro's pick. If we can cue that up just one more time, please. Here we go.
1 second here, Coach.
My bad. I know. I just had to. I'm sorry. You
just
had a million
think
things going on.
Think Prime Shaq breaking
Prime
backboards.
I was thinking more of not Shaq. I was thinking more not Shaq. So the Maestro has an official play, and he has a rec league basketball game tonight, and he couldn't do both. So we allowed him to do both. Are we good now, Jeweler?
We are about to be good, but it is not just a rec league basketball game. I've been told that this is a championship. This is a championship competition. I don't know
He's
how
the Will Chamberlain of that rec league.
Yeah.
Well,
He really- All right. This is the finals tonight. Here we go.
All right, that's a good omen. I'm laying the points with the Patriots tonight. Terrible spot with the Titans and the Bills on deck. But as we know, the Falcons cannot stop the run. 31st in rush defense. I think the Patriots, with Trent Brown back on the O-line, they're as healthy as they've been all season. They're going to run all over them. No Patterson for the Falcons. I'm laying the points. Go Pats and go Team Shaw in the championship game.
Straight from the gun show, Larry Hartstein. That's my favorite moment in the history of the show right there. My favorite moment in the history of the show. And number 2 is him rooting for a win live on the show that he cashed. That was the best too. So right now he's got the top 2. And you guys always step up to the plate. We have hit 500 likes, which means it is time for my favorite segment right behind the Donkey Parlay of the show, our Van Jefferson Memorial first touchdown of the game. I don't have time to explain it because we're almost to 10 after. So Mikey always gets to go first because it's his segment. Mikey, who do you have for us today?
So I'm looking at the Atlanta Falcons, believe it or not, and I'm going with Tajay Sharp, 3,500 here. Look, he's playing the top number of snaps on the team at the wide receiver position, and that should especially be true with Cordell Patterson out of the lineup here for them tonight. If they get down the field, the thought process here is they're going to focus on Kyle Pitts. There should be a few additional targets headed his way, but simply put, the amount of time that he is on the football field for the price that we're getting here at plus 3,500, it's the best play on the board for me.
All right, plus 3,500. Damn, I like that a lot. All right, AB, I know you stole mine, so what do you have?
I did. You know what? That's why you reply quick on the email so you get the good one, right?
Yes.
So we're going to look at the Atlanta Falcons defense here because they only get pressure on opposing quarterbacks 24% of dropbacks this season, which is the lowest rate in the NFL. And you look at what they're giving up, they are giving up a touchdown to interception ratio of 6.5, which is the third most in the NFL. Long story short, Mac Jones is going to hit early on Kendrick Bourne, putting him in the end zone. Could be a little long of a play, too. Kendrick Bourne is my guy, plus 1,400.
Damn you, dial up. All right. Prop stars, what do you got, pal?
Yeah, I'm going Brandon Bolden at plus 1,800. Brandon Bolden is the longest tenured player on this Patriots offense. Bill Belichick and company really trust him. He plays special teams. He plays the third down role, pass catching, receiving back. He backs up James White. The Patriots offense has not missed a beat without James White. I thought that would be a really significant injury to their offense. But yeah, we've seen Bolden step up in a great way. He has 27 targets on the season. He's caught 25 of those for 227 receiving yards. He's on the field on the Patriots' most important downs. He scored a touchdown already. I just like his role in the offense. I thought he was a good value at plus 1,800.
I think he is too. And I also know how much it drives you bananas that you are not in the club. But guess what? Tonight's not your night because tonight is my night. Tonight is my night. And I'm going to go with Mr. Jacoby Myers. Now, he's not a huge number like Mikey has or like plus 1,800, but he is over plus 1,000, which is our rules for this pick. It's plus 1,100. But right now, it's all about me getting into the club. And then I'll worry about being in the VIP section. All right, I just got to get into the club. That's it. Now, Jeweler, you got to be feeling pretty good about yourself because Kelsey has the same play that you have as her VJM pick. Talk to me.
We are going to go with Hunter Henry. Obviously, the Jonnu Smith being active, that throws a little wrinkle in things that makes it not as fun. I've noticed this number coming down. I saw it earlier at plus 1,100. I mean, on, I believe it was FanDuel. Now I'm seeing some 800s. So get it.
We'll give it to you. We'll give it to you.
Get it where you can. You know, we're about getting in the club as well. Even if that means taking the chalk, I'll eat the chalk if that's the initiation to get into this club.
Damn it. In week 11, Jeweler, I don't care how I get in the club. I just need to get – because the last thing we're going to do, because Mikey is low-key a savage when it comes to trash talking, if we get to the end of the season and we don't join the club, do you imagine how long of a 7 months that's going to be for us?
It's going to be pretty brutal, especially because Mike is trying to run the score up now with like dropping these, 40-1, 35-1 picks. So that's just really insulting. So I'm just going to try to get in there and maybe speak my piece with them and
Okay.
And I'll start dropping, Mac Jones to score a rushing touchdown, even though the guy, I can run a fast. And
that's very true. That's very true. By the way, Kelsey had a nice nugget in the chat. 7 touchdowns in the last 7 games for Hunter Henry. So he has certainly been finding the end zone. By the way, Jeweler, since you're still on the screen, we've hit 500, so we got to give away a pint glass. Is that correct?
That is correct. I've told the people, you type VJM and your Twitter handle, and
you'll pick one.
Possibly win a pint glass. And I'll pick someone out shortly here.
Those pint glasses are incredible. I have one. Obviously, I host the show. But they're very elusive because they don't make a lot of them so far. We're trying to order a bunch of stuff, and when we get there, we'll give more out. But right now, this is very exclusive material. We're not going to hit the 1,000 likes tonight. Do you have the action figure there, Alex? Because that is what one of these days, I don't know if it's going to be what show it's going to be, but we're going to give away that action figure, but it takes 1,000 likes to get there. And we don't just give stuff away. You have to earn it. All right. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm going to need that pint glass to drown my sorrows if I don't get into this club. If you get in before me, Coach, if Jacob and Kelsey gets in before me, I've been at this for 11 plus weeks. Coach, you just started this 2 weeks ago. Kelsey just started this week. If you guys beat me into this club, you may never see me again. That's how upset I'm
Whoa. Don't you ever threaten that again. Don't you ever threaten that again. Stop it.
I may shave my mustache off.
Stop it. That'd be worse than shaving your hair. Come on. You can't do that. You have a look. You have a brand. Now, I like to end the show giving my guy. Oh, you got something you need to say, AB?
Well, I just wanted to see how many items we could line in my box over here. We've got a hoodie. We've got all kinds of different things given out. Yeah.
Well, if we get 2 more things, then we'll cover you up, which is the whole point. All right, we like to end the show with all my cappers having 20 to 30 seconds on telling me what they're most looking forward to in the game tonight. Mikey, let's start with you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to not a lot of points being scored in the first quarter of this one to start. I'm fine with 3 field goals, and we can get 2 of AB's out of the way early. I think that'd be great. Other than that, I'm looking to see how the Falcons respond. They got embarrassed, and now their best player is not available to play. And then for the Patriots, I'm looking to see really what they do with Damien Harris and Ramondre Stevenson. I think it's going to be a 50-50 timeshare, frankly, and I think that's going to be the way it is the rest of the season for them.
All right, very good. AB, talk to me.
Yep, I'm going to break the rules just a little bit. I'm going to give you a look-ahead nugget here, okay? The last 14 games played on a Monday in the NFL, the team that won that game is 13-0-1 straight up in their next game.
Very good. What does it have to do with tonight?
Nothing. I said I was going to break the rules.
You suck. All right, Alex, what do you got?
I'm looking forward to being in the VIP room, having a waiter come up, tap me on the shoulder, and say, "Excuse me, sir, your friends outside the club, Mr. Coach and AB, are trying to get in." And I just say, "I don't know those guys."
You know what's crazy is what I'm looking forward to is I'm in the same club, but I'm in a different VIP room. The better half has her new shoes on, and she's like, "Aren't you buddies with Alex? Aren't you going to get him in here?" But Chief then says, "Yes, I will come into the club because animals are welcome." All right. Boy, this thing got off the rails, but damn it, we had fun tonight. Hopefully you got all the best bets in. Hopefully you got everything in. There is our full recap right there. Get them in, our VJMs, our donkey parlay. I'll let it sit up there for a second. Give you a little housekeeping. Don't forget tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern time, with our prop specials with Uncle Dave Richard and, of course, Prop Stars himself. And then on Sunday, 2 live shows, noon and 7:20 Eastern time, as we count down all the afternoon games and the evening games as well. We love doing it, and we do it for all of you. And damn it, it's supposed to be fun. So hopefully you guys had fun tonight, and you continue to have fun. All right, there's only one thing left to do, and you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire team, M Squared, AB, Dial Up, Prop Stars, the maestro, and the jeweler. I am the coach. Tell your friends, you want to have fun? You want to be educated? You want to be entertained? There's only one place right here. We like to call it the Early Edge. Good luck.